Hello viewers, I welcome you to my channel. Today, I would like us to use the Notepad text editor to write a simple program in Java. So, without much ado, I quickly go into my search box. I type the Notepad, then I launch it. Now, for us to start writing or to start coding our lines of code, it is very important for us to know the steps. For you to write or to code in Java, the first thing you must do is to create a class. Especially creating a project, you must first create a class. A class in which your methods or your main methods resides. Now, in creating the class, we type public class, then we give it any name you prefer to give to your class. So I'll give my class practice as its name. Then you bring opening and closing curly brackets. Then you extend it, you open it up. Then you go into it. So after creating the class, you must go into it and create your method, your main method in your class. Now, to create the main method in the class, you type public static void main. Then you bring opening and close brackets. Then within it you type string array args. Then you move outside the brackets and type opening and closing curly brackets. Then you open that also up. Now, within this main method is where we write our line of codes. After writing your line of codes and it is not in the main method, your program will never run. So you can write your codes in any other method or any other class, but you must call it in the main method if it is not written in the main method. But as we are going to write ours in the main method, there is no need for us to call it again. So in displaying a sentence or displaying a value in the main method, we type system dot out. The dot out is a library which helps us to get the print or the print line method. In our subsequent lessons, we'll be looking at the difference between the print and the print line method. So after bringing the print or the print line, then you type opening and closing brackets. Then you go into it and type double quotation. You go within the double quotation and write any sentence or anything you would like to display. So I would like to write, this is my first day of programming. Then I bring full stop. Now, every line of code you write in Java, you must terminate it with a semicolon. If you did not terminate it or end your line of code with a semicolon, it will give you an error message or it will not run. So I terminate this line of code with a semicolon. Now, we must save our file before we can compile and run it. So in saving the file, we save the file with the name of the class in which the main method is. So this is the name of the class. The name of the class is practice. And the public and the class are just modifiers to the name. So I've just copied the name of the class. Then I click on File, I click on Save As. Now it sends us into a folder in which we can save our file. So it sends us into the document folder. Now you paste the name of your file in the file name box. So I just paste the name of my file there. Then I add the extension of the file to the name. Now the file type is Java file, so I type .java as the file extension. Then I leave this one as such. Then I save. Now after saving, we are going to run our program to see whatever we have written here is correct or not. Now before you do that, you must have the JDK installed on your machine. The JDK is the Java Development Kit. The Java Development Kit. Now if you don't have the Java Development Kit on your machine, you can't compile and run this Java program. So I quickly click on my search box, then I type the CMD. I'm going to use the command prompt in compiling and running my file. But before I start, for you to know whether you have the JDK installed on your machine or on your computer, you type Java space, then you type dash, double dash, then you write version, then you enter. Now when I entered, you realize that the JDK version installed on my machine is Java 19.0.2. So when you type your Java space dash dash version, you entered and you didn't see any Java version on your computer, it means that JDK is not installed on your machine. Therefore you must go and download the JDK and install it on your machine before you can compile and run the line of code or the Java file we have just saved. Now to compile our file or the Java file we saved, we direct the operating system into the folder in which the file has been saved. So in directing the operating system into the folder in which our file has been saved, we type cd, then we type documents, because the file has been saved in the documents folder. Then we enter. Now after entering, we now compile our file. Now to compile the file, we type Java C, which is for Java compile. Then we write the name of the file, and the name of our file is practice.java. Let's go back and confirm the name of our file. So it is in the documents folder. Now let's look through practice.java. Yes, so we can now come back and compile it. Yes, so after writing the Java C practice dot, the Java extension, you press enter. Now you realize that our file has compiled successfully. It tells us that our code is without error. So to run this program, we type Java practice without the extension of the file. Then we enter. Now you can see that we have the same sentence here. This is my first day of programming. This is what we have decided to display in our program. So this tells us that the program we have written here is correct and it is without error. Thank you very much for your time, and if this program or this lesson has helped you, you subscribe to my channel and like. Thank you very much. Bye.
Artlist.io